The bullish news continues to flow out of NIO headquarters as the company relentlessly and aggressively expands their market and reach. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing some significant leaks and news coming out, what to expect from their upcoming Shanghai auto show, newly released expansion plans, and lastly, some short-term catalysts that could affect share prices. Welcome to the show, everyone. My name is Nick. This is going to be a fun one. Before we get to it today, Webull is giving out 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850 for free. All you have to do is follow the link in my description. You could trade before and after hours markets. This can be crucial and give you the upper hand. They have some of the best analytics in the game. This offer ends soon, guys. You do not want to sleep on it. Check out our Patreon page if you want to support the channel. There's more content under the radar stocks, and this also gains you access into our private Discord channel. Alright, ladies and gents, let's get right into it. So we have known for quite some time now that NIO has been focusing on other markets outside of China. China is, of course, the largest EV market in the world, and domestic brands are fortunate in that the demand maintains far above current supply capacities. Because of this, NIO has not needed to move outside of China and has had time to build up their domestic infrastructure, secure an incredibly robust swapping station web, and really shore up their home turf. NIO will likely deliver around 100,000 vehicles this year within China alone, and with a really padded out bottom line and a war chest of a cash position, it's increasingly nearing the time to explore other markets. Now, with only 100,000 units of production capacity, moving outside of the country wouldn't really make too much sense for the company. However, this is all changing and changing fast. NIO and the Hefei government, who own now less than a 10% stake within the company, are jointly constructing an industrial auto park in the EV epicenter of Hefei. This facility is beginning developments on April 29th, just a couple weeks from now, and will take just under a year to complete, likely ready for the ET7 rollout in Q1 2022. Now, this auto park is projected to have a delivery output capacity of roughly 300,000 units per annum, and alongside the extension program on their current jointly owned facility with JAC Motors, their total delivery output is estimated to amount to around 600,000 vehicles. With increased supply, it begins to make much more logical sense to expand into neighboring countries to penetrate other markets and expand reach. This is, of course, an absolute necessity for startup electric vehicle companies in this ultra-fierce industry. Kinley Hong, NIO's president and co-founder, has stated they will officially announce a European expansion program in just a few weeks' time on May 6th or 7th. I do expect some huge and aggressive expansion plans to be announced, and I will have a full breakdown of the event and guide you as always. Li Bin, founder and CEO of NIO, has previously stated that he believes the company will be able to deliver roughly 7,000 vehicles in Europe over the course of 2 years. However, I find this extremely conservative. NIO typically lowballs their figures and then greatly exceeds them. As I've previously stated, it's a near certainty at this point that Oslo, Norway will be the company's primary target in Europe, as they have the highest percentage of EVs to population in the world, and they were the first country to move past 50% of all new vehicles sold being electric, 54.3% in 2020. The company had left a nice little Easter egg into the whereabouts of their next target when the center screen navigation map during the launch of the ET7 was displaying Oslo. I don't know if anyone else picked this up, but pretty neat. There are leaks coming out that NIO's first Norwegian flagship showroom will be open to the public in September of this year. Marius Haler, CEO of NIO Norway AS, stated that the showroom will be at Karl Johan in Oslo. This is the main strip, so a lot of exposure and brand recognition here. It's clear NIO is specifically targeting brand equity. This is apparent through their beautifully designed and sleek NIO houses, and this showroom will be no different, having a cafe, a bar, and meeting rooms. Haler goes on to state that, quote, "We start in Oslo, but it is not unlikely that there may be more in other places in Norway during 2021, unquote. So it's clear that, as expected, NIO is targeting Oslo, the most fierce EV battleground in the world currently, really throwing themselves into the mix. I do think it is time the company moves into other markets. We see other Chinese companies making similar moves like XPeng. They are currently shipping their G3 models into Norway. Now, it's unlikely NIO will do huge numbers in the first couple of years outside of China. However, what's more important here is the growing brand recognition and equity the company is gaining. They are really emerging as a leader in the startup EV space and are becoming known to the masses. Alright, moving on. NIO has one of the most important major international auto shows on its radar rapidly approaching. Auto Shanghai is China's oldest auto expedition, and press day begins tomorrow, April 19th. There will be a ton of news emerging, and I will have it all for you with what you need to know. NIO is poised to unveil their new NIO Power plan. This is something I am extremely bullish on, and I think is a complete dark horse in their business ops. We see other EV companies like Tesla really penetrating deep into the energy space. I think we are seeing a similar sentiment from NIO. We now know from leaks coming out of China that NIO actually considers the 500 swapping stations implemented by year's end as a quite conservative figure, and it's likely the company will surpass this. They are planning up to 100 partnership programs to aid in the rollout of this massive battery swapping infrastructure. These will likely be Model 2.0. I do think we'll gain insight into the European expansion power plan. There have been reports that certain amenities that are free for domestic Chinese consumers will actually be charged for European consumers, so likely increased revenue here. All good signs. We know that NIO will be really focusing on showcasing and presenting their newest sedan, the beautiful and luxurious ET7. I think we'll get a really good inside look on the vehicle, and it's reported that attendees will actually be able to physically go inside and gain close-up views of the vehicle. So much of the company's continued success lies on the ET7. I personally think they have absolutely knocked it out of the park with this model. I think this vehicle will do exceptionally well with the high-end Chinese EV market. There are reports stating that pre-orders of the ET7 have actually been higher than any other previous model, the ES8, ES6, and EC6. However, we don't actually at this time have concrete confirmation into the numbers themselves. The first production line body of the sleek sedan just rolled off the Hefei plant. Things are well underway, and I do expect the company will stay on track to release the model during Q1 of 2022. This also makes sense as it nearly perfectly aligns with their next facility, launching likely in Q1 as well. We can also expect NIO's battery swapping 2.0 model to be on full display for all to see the revolutionary technology. I do think in the coming years we'll see increased partnerships between NIO and other companies who wish to utilize the technology but don't really have the appetite to build their own infrastructure. NIO recently unveiled their first live 2.0 model at a Sinopec station, a massive oil and gas powerhouse in China who is rapidly moving into the clean energy space. I do expect a follow-up on this deal. These stations have the capacity to hold 13 batteries, perform 312 swaps per day, and are fully automated, allowing the driver to remain in vehicle during the entire swap. At the Shanghai Auto Show, NIO will also be releasing additional initiatives and service solutions, their development progress, and corporate social responsibility. It is a very busy time. There will be a ton of information and insights being consistently released. I'm really looking forward to this event and gaining a sense of where the company is moving. We'll also likely get a look at NIO's electric supercar, the EP9, and of course all the first-gen vehicles, the ES8, ES6, and EC6. Moving to the stock, I really do think we will begin to see the correction reverse itself. It seems as though there is bullish sentiment rising in the air once again, and I would not be surprised to see the stock and the company completely stabilize. We are experiencing some strong support lines in the mid-30s, and I think we will see shares steadily rise over the course of the next few quarters. Again, a lot to look forward to here, lots of developments and happenings. Make sure you subscribe. I've got you all covered for updates and info, and we'll have full live coverage of their upcoming Q1 earnings call. Don't forget about the Webull promo, 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850 for free. All you have to do is use the link in my description. You could trade before and after hours markets. This can be crucial, really giving you the upper hand. This offer ends soon, guys. You do not want to sleep on it. If you want to support the channel, check out our Patreon page. We have behind the scenes, under the radar stocks, and this also gains you access into our private Discord channel. Anyways, everyone, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, happy trading, cheers.